Most of us, when we were kids, especially if we had our favorite sport or hobby, would, well, let's take a sport, for example. I don't remember anybody ever having a poster of a baseball. Nobody does that. Instead, they would have a poster related to a specific team, or more likely to a specific player. But we know that that person would be a baseball fan, wouldn't we? In some ways, when we talk about our faith, especially when we hear a lot about this covenant relationship that God has with his people, we want to be careful that we don't make our religion very conceptual, very almost generic, very broad-based. Because that's not the lives we live in from day to day. We see that God makes that promise specifically to Abram, which he now changes his name to Abraham, to signify this covenant relationship. It is very specific, very personal with Abraham, and yet it's meant to be for 1,000 generations that his covenant will last, which really means like a bazillion jillion, means forever. In the same way, God does not just have a generic relationship in a broad sense with his people, which is kind of this glob of us who live here on earth now. First and foremost, he showed the extent of that covenant and what it means concretely to us through his son Jesus and his death on the cross, his being raised from the dead. But because of this person of Jesus, we can be drawn into that friendship with him. And then that personal, intimate relationship with him, we then are drawn into the relationship with the Father, because as he said in today's gospel, he has that unique relationship with the Father that he wants us to all have as well. And so I think it's helpful for us in the Lenten season not just to think about God and resurrection and religion and goodness and love and a lot of these conceptual words. We want to have a sense of the broader picture for sure. But where is it today that the Son of God, Jesus Christ, is drawing us in maybe one little way, but in one more way, to that deeper friendship with him and that intimacy and that communion that he wants to have with us and shares with us in this Eucharist. We are a people of the covenant, a covenant that lasts forever, but it is an ongoing, personal friendship that he continues to want us to be drawn into with him, closer and closer each day.